What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Eating Out with Porter. And not only today are you going to be eating out with Porter, but I have a special guest coming to feature on our show tonight and give us a food review. I'd like to welcome everybody, Zak Haines.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Yes,
this
sir.
is a nice truck, much nicer than my Toyota Camry currently, but...
Oh, hell yeah, man. Yeah, you know how we do in Eating Out with Porter, okay? Only the best, only the finest, not only foods, but also the truck, And this show, soon to be sponsored by Buc-ee's. We're working on that, okay? We haven't gotten there yet. We've reached out to their people. They're going to get back to us, but we're hoping real soon we're going to get a sponsorship with Buc-ee's. But today we have a special treat, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit, I don't know how I feel about this.
When I messaged you about it, you weren't sure how you felt either, but gotta take a dive sometimes.
Yes, I'm gonna touch on it and figure out how I feel about it, and I got some things I'd like to share, some questions I'd like to ask, really, because today we are doing the Louisiana Southern Kitchen. That's right, guys. We got Popeyes, baby. We got Popeyes. We are in the house with Popeyes, and not only are we in the house with some Popeyes, but we are in the house with their new pickle menu. Oh,
yeah.
How you feel about this?
You know, I do like pickles.
Okay.
I'm curious to see what's going on. Cautiously optimistic, if you will, but I know Popeyes does a pretty good job with their stuff, so I'm not too worried, but we'll see.
Well, I'm glad you're here, man, because like I said, I'm a little bit on the fence of whether or not I'm okay with the idea of even having a pickled out menu, okay? Because you know what I'd like to ask? You know, I wonder, has anybody talked to the black congregation about this?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who they're aiming for with this demographic, but
yeah,
I am curious to see what this lemonade's going to taste like.
Well, how excited you were for this pickle menu kind of tells me, right? This sounds like some Caucasian shit that they did to the Popeyes menu. I'm just saying. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of it.
New administration, new menu options at
Popeyes. America's back, baby. We're fucking putting pickles in Popeyes. We're going to pickle out Popeyes.
That's a recession indicator.
Yeah. But you know, since we're here, like you guys know on Eating Out with Porter, we always start with the beverage. And today's no different. We have the pickle lemonade. That is what we're trying today, the pickled lemonade. And let's give it a shot.
Let's see what happens. Oh.
Wow.
Gotta say, I talked to someone over the weekend about doing this.
Okay.
And they were like, oh, that's just basically going to be like a pickleback shot. And I think they're spot on with it. I think that's basically what I'm tasting here.
I never made it. Somebody asked me about that same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I never made it to the pickleback shot era of drinking.
I didn't either, but like I'm familiar with its game.
Okay, yeah. I basically Four Locos took me out. That was like after that they were like, Chris, don't drink no more. We're gonna stop this right now.
They're like, let's not get too crazy. Pickleback shots not okay. Four Locos in their prime, that's a different story.
All right, so the uncomfortable feeling that I am having about the whole idea of this menu is fading a little bit, you know, because I'm not gonna lie, this is not bad.
No.
You know, it must be the Caucasian in me that is just really enjoying these pickles.
It's not overpowering, but the pickle flavor is present. It's not one of those flavors where it's like there's a hint of it or it's punching you in the face. I'm like, you know, it's here and it's present. And
another thing that I'm really big on and is ratios, right? So they didn't you know, sometimes they just try to ice you down. They're trying to maximize their profits, you know, because everybody knows how cheap ice is. They didn't give us too much ice, and the drink is not watered down or potent at all. In fact, I would almost say it's a little too strong. Like
I think it's smooth.
Okay.
I think it's a smooth flavor. Just if it's too strong, just give it a swirl because the lemonade's there.
You know, see, that's why I was really glad Zach was going to join me today, because I took one look at this guy and I was like, this guy likes to eat out. This guy likes to eat out. And I knew I was going to be in the truck with a pro. That's what I'm getting at.
Dude, when I'm like on the road and stuff, it doesn't matter, like comedy shows, just traveling or just like going to grab something. If I'm going through a drive-thru, I have to know my order well in advance.
Yes.
Like I am a pro like that, where it's like, if there's a place on the way that I really like and I want to grab food, I know my go-to order.
Okay, so I was gonna ask, do you have you already know, like you go to Chick-fil-A, you know what you're getting. You go to McDonald's, you know what you're getting. Hell yeah. I'm the same way.
That's how much of a seasoned pro I am, and that's how much I eat out, which is not good. Don't do it.
Yes, we're not. This isn't the advice column for better living, okay?
No. This is like, I'm just a pro at driving, which means I go through drive-thrus, which also means I know most of my orders. I know my orders most of the time.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll be like, oh wait, I didn't know they had that in store. But
you ready to move on to the next thing?
Let's move on to that next thing.
We do have a very interesting side. Never seen it before at a Popeyes, but first off, we will get to we will try out our entree, which is gonna be the classic chicken sandwich. All right, and I don't want us to whip out this bad boy without having a moment of silence for the people who have literally died trying to get one of these sandwiches. Okay, it's happened. All right, so real quick, we're just gonna have a moment of silence. All right, and to that, this sandwich is just a potato bun, right? A potato bun with a crispy chicken fillet on top. There is mayonnaise, which there's mixed.
And a pickle.
And pickles.
And there's pickles.
But this is not the pickled out version of this. This is just the standard. It always has the pickles on it.
Just a palate cleanser.
Yes.
Just a palate cleanser. Get familiar with what Popeyes is known for. So.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Let's give it a shot. How you feel about that?
Cannot go wrong with the classic sandwich from Popeyes. I will say, I miss the spicy sandwich, but this is still pretty good.
I mean, every time I eat one of these on that first bite, it kind of dawns on me. I'm like, you know what? I would kill somebody for getting in the way of the sandwich. Like, I always wonder how that happened. Did someone take a bite and then get their sandwich taken from them? Or did they take the last sandwich? Or, I don't know what happened.
If I took a bite of this and you took my sandwich away, I am throwing hands. That's just an immediate reaction.
I would not dare.
No, but somebody would dare.
Yeah.
Which has happened. It's like some people dare, but no notes. It's just the classic fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah, this is amazing. I love it. Big fan of the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Did not go to Popeyes until I moved down here into the region.
And where were you living at before?
So I was I'm from Syracuse, New York, and there's only like one or two Popeyes in like the whole area, and didn't go to them at all.
Lots of KFCs, right?
Lots of KFCs. Chick-fil-A was starting to pop off by the time I was leaving. I went there a couple times. I'm like, wow, that's a pretty good chicken sandwich. And then I went to Popeyes, and I'm like, oh no. No, I think Popeyes just does it better. But I'm also just not a Chick-fil-A fan. So some people question me. They're like, you're not giving them a fair chance. And I'm like, well, the store should be open on Sundays. Then we can talk.
Yes. Yeah. Popeyes is for the heathens.
I'm just saying, Chick-fil-A makes the best chicken sandwiches on the Sundays. They're forbidden.
Oh man, I like that.
Good. Can't go wrong.
All right, so real quick, let's fall back and what would you rate the pickle lemonade?
What is our scale?
Just out of 10.
Out of 10, I'll give it a 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I didn't want to put it too high, but I'm like, it is good. It is. Don't be afraid to try it. But if you don't like pickles, don't get it.
If you don't like pickles, that should be a good thing. If you don't like pickles, just stay away for a couple months of Popeyes.
Yeah, okay? Or just don't order it. I mean, nobody's forcing you to order it, but just, like, my girlfriend hates pickles.
Mm-hmm.
But I love pickles. But I hate cucumbers. She loves cucumbers. So we're kind of opposite ends with, like, the pickle spectrum there. Where you like a pre-pickled or pickled?
Yeah.
So
I mean, is a cucumber just an unpickled cucumber, or is a pickled cucumber?
I think it's just a pickled cucumber.
Okay. What else do you do with a cucumber, I guess?
I don't know.
There's salad, you can shred them.
There's salad.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit you can do with a cucumber.
This is how much I hate cucumbers. Is that I was at a show and they filled the water jug with cucumbers in the top to just be like, oh, look, it's a different flavor. And I was gagging the entire time. That's how much I hate cucumber. And it's not like, I'm not against it. It tastes like dirt, but like watery dirt.
I could see that. I could see
Which
that.
is like not any insult to like cucumbers. It's just I don't like them. I need that vinegar in my life.
All right, so this next side dish. Oh, and then we got our sandwich too. So we got I'm gonna do a 7 out of 10 on the drink. So 7.5, 7 out of 10. I feel like it was just a little too much, a little too syrupy for my taste. And then we have our chicken sandwich. The chicken sandwich, I'm gonna do a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Cool, awesome.
All right, notes. 10 out of 10.
Let's move to our first side dish, which is gonna be the actual fried pickles. Right.
Now
This is pretty crazy. I've had fried pickles a lot of places. I don't think I've ever had them at any fast food restaurant.
No, they're not really a thing they sell. You have to go to like chain restaurants.
Yeah, you got to go to like a Chili's or a TGI Fridays or some shit like that.
Yeah. Or just any sports bar.
Yeah. So let's give these a shot.
All right.
Not a lot of pickle flavor.
No.
You know?
A lot of breading.
Yeah. A lot of breading. Just so you guys can see the presentation of these bad boys.
Oh, yours is a little popped open.
Yeah.
Well, here's mine. Just it's like the whole spectrum right there.
Yeah.
So that one I definitely got some dill on, but there's not a lot. I don't even think they put any like seasoning on top of these, but
no. It's literally just they're just chicken fried pickles that they.
I think that was just an actual chip. I think that was just a chip. All right.
And to tell you the truth, the pickles that were on the sandwich seem more robust than the actual pickles that they fried.
These just. I keep saying they're not as good, but yet I keep eating them.
Well, I mean, that's why you fry things.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have notes on this.
What would you rate the pickle fried pickles?
I'm gonna go low on this one. I'm giving them a 3 out of 10 based on previous pickle chip experience.
I'm with you there. Yeah.
It's just it's low. The breading is still the same, so you're still getting the Popeyes breading, but that's it. I think a thicker gut of pickles might have made a difference, or even if they're like, we have like a dill ranch or something to go with it, which I think would have been smart.
Yes, I was gonna say a dipping sauce, dill themed dipping sauce.
Yeah, a dill themed dipping sauce with this would have just been really good, like a spicy dill dressing, or like just like a dill ranch or something. Like really just be like, these are chips, these are dunkable, you can still eat them like chips, here's some dip, like something. But it's just on their own, would not recommend. I'd say the lemonade over the chips, honestly.
Dude, honestly, the lemonade is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Another good thing, I mean, I feel like women would go, pregnant women might go wild for this, you know? You get...
I want to know, but like, I want to know about pregnant women.
Are you not a pregnant woman?
I am definitely not a pregnant woman. Despite my physique, not pregnant.
Or the beard. Well, guys, That was another episode of Eating Out with Porter. I hope you enjoyed it and got some insight on one of my favorite fine dining establishments, Popeyes, Louisiana Southern Kitchen. Okay, I think overall, I think it's going to average. So we had a high rating on the sandwich, high medium on the drink, and then we had really low on the pickled chips. So I think overall. This is not probably what I would normally give a final score to Popeyes if I got what I usually got. But I think the pickle chips really screwed them over on the score. So they're gonna get a 5 out of 5. I think is what the average is gonna end up being on that. So
I think so too.
So we're looking at. Go ahead.
I'm just saying again. These are just, unfortunately, they're disappointing. And
very.
But yet, I still keep eating them, so maybe I'm the disappointment.
Well, maybe you just forget. We do have some fries here, too. They give you two sides. There's the one thing I've always loved about Popeyes is they don't even pretend to offer one single healthy option, you know? No. They're like, do you want either some bread that's covered in grease, okay, or do you want maybe one vegetable that is covered in grease and butter, or do you want some rice that's covered in grease and butter, and they don't even pretend to have one healthy option, which I've always loved that about Popeyes. I'm like, don't fucking pretend. Okay?
Don't pretend. There are places that are like, we're presenting a salad, and I'm like, no, you're not. Yeah. Like, I've read your stuff. You don't have it.
Yeah, get that fucking yogurt off the menu, McDonald's.
Yeah,
the only thing to pretend to be.
The only restaurants that, like, the fast food chains that will rival Popeyes in terms of unhealthiness options is Arby's and Cookout. Those two are really gonna try. I mean, like, KFC had the chicken, like the sandwich chicken, where it's like they use like the chicken as the bread, but that's like one thing.
Yeah.
Your whole menu has to be, like, we're talking about like a starting 5 rotation of unhealthy. Popeyes got a good rotation.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, so 5 out of 5 Popeyes with their pickle shit. And we got Zak Haines here. Thanks again for coming out, buddy. And we will catch you next time on Eating Out with Porter. Love you guys.